Morning, everybody, and welcome to another StarCastTV cast. I am Schamtoo, and today we're going to be bringing you Mini versus Rush, a best of 3 given to me by Cruiser. So let's just jump right on into it, into the main screen, and let our game play here. And so yeah, we're going to have a best of 3 between Mini and Rush, TVP obviously, and what's exciting here is that I've been seeing Rush do pretty decently, I would say, in most of the games that I've been casting and just seeing of him. So I'm excited to see how he's going to be doing against Mini, who's spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner at the 7 o'clock position, fighting Spirit 1.3. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner, it is our Teal Terran player. It is Rush. As I said before, I'm Schamtoo. If you haven't done so already, please check me out on Twitter and Twitch, SCHAMTOO. And if you haven't done so already, also please do the favor and follow Cruiser's StarCastTV channel here. Hit the subscribe button down here. Chip in some money. Do whatever you can, just because really giving people like me and Nyoka and everybody else the opportunity to cast more Korean replays is just absolutely amazing, and bringing these games to you guys directly while we're waiting for ASL 10 to start. So we've got, you know, these close positions on fighting Spirit. It's a little bit scary for Terran sometimes, depending on how the Protoss likes to open up. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any type of forward gates here just yet, so we'll have to see exactly what Mini is up to. A lot of Protosses lately have been playing a little bit more of an aggressive style in closer positions, I've been noticing, in a lot of the Korean matches, especially on KCM. And I was going to bring this up, but Rush did it so beautifully for me. I've been seeing so many Terrans go back to the racks expand again. With a very pivotal change in how Terrans play, Protosses have to obviously react to this in a way that is both less risky but beneficial to them. Some Protosses have really just kind of baiting their time and taking a lot of time to just build up a huge army and attacking when the Terran goes for a third base. Some Terrans, however, just go for 7 factories and push and do a lot of damage. It's very curious to see what Rush is going to do with this, especially with these close positions. And really, again, this goes back to what is Mini going to do on seeing that this is going to be that Rax expand. Now, also, the thing here is that Mini didn't scout at all, so Mini has no idea that this is coming. And so how Mini will respond as soon as what I'm assuming is going to be probably a Dragoon scout is going to handle this information. Rush did scout in the counterclockwise way, so we're not going to actually see Rush actually get to Mini's base anytime soon. So the curiosity here is, how are both these players going to respond? A lot of Protosses, as I said before, just kind of build up. They know that a Terran has a hard time pushing out early when they go for the early CC, so they kind of play a little bit more greedy and then go for a very aggressive stance when Terrans try to go for their third base. Some Protosses tend to go more aggressive off the bat, and this is where, you know, trying to get the scouting information on both your opponents is going to be very pivotal. We're going to have to wait for that observer hitting the Terran's base at 7 minutes in order to see if there's going to be a 5 factory, 6 factory, 7 factory timing coming out of here from Rush. At the same time, Rush needs to get out on the map and see if there is going to be a really early third base from Mini. It is a common way to handle this. So you can see Rush is doing what most Terrans try to do, is as soon as their SCV that's scouting gets caught, they throw another SCV out on the map, just to kind of look around and see if they can find any type of information. And Rush knows this, Mini knows this as well. Mini is putting out another Dragoon out here to see if Rush put out a second SCV. Unfortunately, they're going to pass each other's like ships in the night, and that's going to let for Mini potentially getting scouted here. Now, the third base is getting immediately scouted for Mini. But Mini is jumping right up to a Citadel of a Dune back here. Now, there is a Dragoon that's waiting right here. If that Dragoon blocks a ramp, that's going to be great for stopping Rush from being able to see what's kind of coming forward from this. I think Mini's going to... Oh my god, that Dragoon runs away at the worst of times. Okay, so second gateway coming in here. probe trying to delay that SCV from being able to do anything. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Rush is getting the bunker pushed in on a second. A factory did come down. It looks like a starport's coming down as well. And we do scout the Citadel. So now we know what's up. We know that Rush was, Mini was going for potentially a very early Arbiter play here. And that we're only on 2 gates. We got Templar Archives and Robotics Facility coming down here as well. Now, this might be very interesting. Playing with the Robotics Facility here with the Templar Archives, we could be going for DT drops, which is yet another thing that I've been seeing quite a bit lately in the Korean spawn bag matches. A little bit more commonly than, you know, I kind of used to see it for a while. It's going to be dangerous, though, because we did get that starport very early, and at this point, seeing an early DT, a lot of Terrans do go for early mines because the Observer is going to be so delayed. However, it seems like Mini will be able to pick up that third base pretty quickly at the probably about 6-minute mark, if they so choose. We got 4 Dragoons wailing away on the bunker. We are going to start pulling those Dragoons away, but we're going to try and just slowly whittle away that bunker. Nope. That siege tank's in too good of range. And we're actually, wow, we were just getting all the tech. We got a support bay. We've got a Stargate. And a shuttle. Now, the question here is, did we get a dropship here? Dropship plays really strong against early Citadel, early Templar Archives. As I said before, the Observers come out really late. You get a lot of mines down. You could potentially choke up the natural while killing the probes at the main, or vice versa. There's a lot of different things you can do with dropships, as well as if the Protoss tries to go for any type of busting with, you know, either, or just harassment with a Reaver or DTs. Early rates, really great defense here, so this is a strong choice. However, it does lend to a couple of weaknesses. Being on a single factory for so long, and not knowing what the Protoss is up to, well, guess what? You could run into a situation where the Protoss actually went for a lot of gates, and now you're going to get run over. We still only have 1 siege tank here. But we're playing a little bit dark here, and we're playing a little bit dodgy. 2 Vultures now coming over here in a dropship. I think Mini is playing this perfectly. We've got a couple Dragoons already back at home. Actually, this shuttle with the Reaver and 2 Zealots is going to just leave the base at the wrong time. Now, these 2 Vultures get in here. 2 probes, 3 probes, 4 probes, 5, 6. Not even pulling away. And wow, that Reaver drop on the other side of the Nexus continuously. That's a lot of probes. That's 8 kills on one, 2 on the other. That's 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, 13 kills with those Vultures. That is almost game-ending damage. We're down to 30 probes. No third base in sight here for Mini. And now trying to get across the map with a shuttle while there's already missile turrets up. Now this also lends to Rush knowing that Mini was going for this style of play. Like, we are in a lot of trouble. Missile turret coming up here. It looks like we might try to just kind of pressure in on a third base if that's coming down. It doesn't look like it's going to be, though. Where's that shuttle go? Third base did finally come down here for Mini. And Rush is now getting up to 4 factories. Mini's still only on 2 gates. We have a fast Arbiter coming out here, which will delay anything. But if with an Armory, which is already up... with that Armory already up, like, we could get Goliath, we could get a Wraith, we could really shut down in this shuttle play. I actually don't know where that shuttle even went. I think we just went back home. Yeah, we just went back home. We saw all the missile turrets. We knew that we couldn't do anything. And wow, look at this. Just another 2 Vultures and a dropship. Slinking around here. Now, there are 2 Dragoons here for Mini. And Mini's in a little bit of trouble here, right? We lost a lot of probes. We're trying to get all of this technology up, and with a 4-factory push, or even just like 4 factories up in general, we really have limited a lot of the options that are available for the Protoss in order to actually get back in this game easily. Now, the first Arbiter does pop. It's at 9:30, which is really early for an Arbiter, and we are blocking this... I wonder if this is on purpose. We're blocking the top left-hand corner to make it look like maybe we have a 4th base. I wonder what that purpose is for. Third Nexus does finish up. It looks like we are now transferring a couple of probes over there. But we're in a little bit of trouble here. We don't have a huge army. We're still on 4 gates compared to the 6 factories of Rush. Rush is now pushing out with a lot of siege tanks. We're going to catch all these observers over here as well. Mini is in a lot of trouble here. We need to get a lot of army out very quickly. We need to cut everything. We have a second arbiter on the way. Hopefully we got stasis. We're going to be able to get some sort of work here, but I mean, it's not looking great. Now, using the arbiter here, we will be able to give cover here to the Reaver. Now, Reaver actually, whoa, how did that shot not do any damage? Right, we're getting a little bit of chip here, there. Constantly baiting out a lot of scans here. Getting that Reaver constantly under the Arbiter is actually doing a lot of work. This is actually great. The stasis is pretty good here. A lot of siege tanks get caught up on that, but a Spider Mine does take out so many Dragoons. We're on a very paltry number of Dragoons right now. Now remember, Rush is on 6 factories. We're trying to do a lot of damage. We're not committing to any type of third base just yet either. We're pretty heavily investing in this push. We've stopped at 59 SCVs. Rush is also, Mini is also stopped at a low amount of probes because we just need to desperately get so many units out here right now. Now there's another Reaver that's coming out here. We've got more Dragoons popping out. We've got an Arbiter. We should have a second Arbiter. There it is. But we have a Science Vessel out here as well. Oh my god, that Reaver is instantly caught. Now we're in a very awkward situation. Now a couple of Dragoons and an Arbiter are walking around the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Mini is getting pushed in at the natural. There's a lot of Goliaths here. There's a Science Vessel as well, so we don't need to spend any scans anymore. We don't have Zealot legs. I mean, at this point, I just don't see how Mini can possibly defend this push from Rush. More and more units. Oh my god, the siege tank numbers are so massive. Now we are counterattacking here with a bunch of Dragoons and an Arbiter. But this is the Heart Arbiter from before. It walks into a missile turret, and it's down. And it's 130 right now for Rush. Mini's at 100 supply. I'm pretty sure this game is over. Rush did some ridiculous work with just 1 Vulture drop. We're even pulling the siege tanks back from the contain to deal with this. An amazing push there from Rush to follow up. Knowing like all the damage that happened there, I think that just really allowed Rush to be able to push in here and just know that there wasn't going to be that much out there. And especially with a couple of scans, you're going to know that there's just no availability here for the Protoss to be able to get, you know, a ton of army, a ton of tech, and a third base up all at the same time. So Rush just did exactly what was needed to be done there, which is just kind of concentrate on the problems at hand. What were the victory conditions of Protoss? Looks like, yeah, there we go. There's that third base now going down. It looks like Mini is kind of pairing up here for a recall. Now, can it land? No. Yeah, there's the GG. A recall could have done a lot of damage, but overall, I mean, like, it was looking pretty barren hope there. So that will be Rush taking game number 1 here. So let's see what game number 2 brings us. And again, I mean, I gotta hand off like that one SCV getting in there, scouting out the Citadel, forcing Mini to have to pivot the technology pretty hard there. And knowing that Mini was on only 2 gates for so long, like just playing like just a very aggro style there, and going for the drop behind all.